So we'll take some questions from the audience, and I think as everyone else reassembles, I'll focus on you two for a second. I'll throw out that question that I'm sure you've heard. Working as a team, what's the divisional labor? How do you guys, this is your second film together. Did you approach this film differently than the first one in terms of who's doing what?
It is our second feature. We've been working together since 14 years, so we only know how to work together. So that is a natural collaboration. But when we work, we co-write, we co-direct. Daniel shoots, we co-edit. Daniel makes the music if it's not like licensed music, so like the regular score, and I do art direction and production design and graphics.
And having worked together for so long, have you guys developed a sort of shorthand when you're talking about what you want to do, what you're doing on set?
Yeah, I think the shorthand is just, complete, brutal honesty. I mean, it's just, that stupid, we're not doing that. I mean, it's really just as simple as that. I mean, that's the shorthand. It's just, there's no beating around the bush, and there's no kind of trying to be nice and trying to be diplomatic. It's just, saying honestly what you feel as soon as you feel it. So.
Check. Any questions in the audience? Oh, right there.
Yes.
Go for it.
I covered medical festivals for you, and so I like this movie in terms that it shows how an actress can struggle sometimes. And the actress really being high and they do their computer. It's kind of hard sometimes. But is there a reason why these two characters did not cross paths?
Because in every other movie with two characters, they do cross paths. So we made a conscious decision to make something a little different. So you're not getting what you're expecting. You're going on our ride, not yours. It's tasty.
Which character came first?
The actress. Because a part of the actress is the part that is based on the true story. That Daniel, when we first met 14 years ago, we were an undergrad in Texas, and Daniel knew that I was interested in film, but we were not doing film, either of us. And he invited me on a set that he heard was being shot in Del Rio, Texas. And when we got there, it was just a bunch of teenagers and a director that was 35. We were all young, and he was 35 and disappeared all the time. And every now and then he would hire an actress from Austin that he will find at that time on MySpace or whatever. And she will come down to Del Rio, and she will have to be in that situation. And we always found that this is really an interesting premise to get to a strange town and do your best with nothing. There's no movie there. So that's the
And then the cowboy came from where? What was the inspiration to add to the story?
I think, the general inspiration to add to the story is that, the film was kind of, it wasn't, there was no script. There was no proper kind of, we hadn't written the screenplay a year before and kind of said, hey, let's go do this movie. It was, it was a kind of whimsical. There was a very whimsical spirit to the film. We kind of basically, to make a long story short, we had time to kill, and we wanted to make a movie. We were in the process of trying to raise money for a bigger movie, and we had time to kill between for waiting, and then we figured let's go make a movie. So this idea had always been kind of since it happened to us in real life, at least the actress part, the film set part, had always been kind of swimming around, and when we found the opportunity to kind of go back to Del Rio and do it. So we did, but at that same time we didn't want to, in order to kind of, if we were just going to do a whole feature on, the film set part or the actress part, we figured we might have to explain kind of everything. We might have to tell the whole story, over an hour and a half or something. And we didn't want to do that. We wanted to keep it kind of mysterious and kind of, maybe from the actress's point of view, because it was always so interesting for us to be there as 19-year-olds and getting into this new world of kind of making films and seeing these actors coming from out of town and saying, oh wow, what is their experience of this? And some of those actresses would come to the set, and the director, quote unquote, was not there for the entire time they were there, and they were just hanging out with teenagers and kind of, we always thought, wow, like what kind of experience is that? So we wanted to make a film from that person's point of view, And if that person came to that town, they wouldn't know the whole story. They wouldn't know everything about this director. They wouldn't know everything about this set, They would just get a very limited view, and that's the view we wanted to show, because that's what we were, most inspired by.
So tell you why we picked this cowboy is because to balance it, we needed another story, but we were in a weird noir binge, 1950s, 1940s American noir, and we thought, oh, it would be nice to have a Latino cowboy noir, but a little bit with a twist, with a modern twist. And Daniel had read all these 1950s assassins. They did it with so much elegance, with no blood, it was always poison in a toothbrush or poison in a cigar, and he just yeah, we have to do it this way, and that wrote the story for the cowboy.
I think, do we want to try and get your cast down here again? I think they're both with us.
I don't know whether I can't see.
Yeah. Come on down, you guys. The cowboy and the actress. Hey, how are you?
Do you know?
He's making his way down. I know.
Well, the light is quite bright.
So as he's getting down here, maybe if you both could talk about when you were approached by these filmmakers and said, we have this story we want to tell. We want to take you to Del Rio and have you guys act this out. What was that first meeting like? Do you remember?
Yeah, of course. I remember it like it was yesterday. Honestly, I had just arrived to New York, and they were also in New York, and on my way to meet them, I had in my head, I'm not going to do this project. I don't want to go to Texas. I'm in New York right now to be in New York, not go to Texas. But then I met them and really liked their approach and the idea, and it changed my tune. I thought, okay, actually, this sounds cool. I'm going to try it.
It is cool. How about yourself? You were telling me before how the thought process before you said yes.
Well, yeah. I was in Del Rio, at your house, and we had told me it was Mother's Day or Easter Sunday, and they're at home, and he's my sister's grandson. And he said, we were making a movie, and we don't want to be in it. And I said, what? I said, yeah, we thought, I said, no way, And then that's my son said, yeah, go for it, That's one of my daughters. Yeah, why not? So I said, what do you think? Yeah, you can do it. You want to do it, well, why not? They don't want it.
And now, do you have a taste for acting? Do you have a bug?
Well, not at that time, but they told me I could do it, so I did my best.
I think you did great. You all did great. Thank you all for being here with us tonight. Thanks to all you guys for being here. Recommended by Enrique. And please remember to vote for the Audience Award on your way out of the theater.